Okay, contiguous file allocation 2019 A-level structured question number 4. Take your past papers and see this question. What is meant by contiguous file space allocation? So they also use the file space. We actually they can ask contiguous block allocation, that also okay. The word file space is okay. Not that means instead of contiguous file allocation, if you are using contiguous file space without slash, if you use, then okay. Yeah? That means asking how the space is allocated as a contiguous file. So you have to write the answer. Now you must write, I'll give the marks. Then next one, write one drawback of contiguous file space allocation. Next one, however, contiguous allocation is feasible to store a set of files on CD-ROM. They are saying saving file in a CD-ROM is more suitable to avoid the problem in the contiguous file allocation. So contiguous file allocation had two main problems. Okay, so once we are saving in CD-ROM, they says it avoid the problems. Why? How? You have to write there. Okay. Okay, now start writing. I'll give you only 3 minutes, 1 minute for each one. Quickly do it. Question number 1. The question was, what is meant by contiguous file space allocation? Now look at the mark scheme. Space for a file is allocated as collection of consecutive or adjacent or contiguous or continuous blocks. Okay, so whatever the keyword, if it is there, then okay. The space for the file is allocated as adjacent blocks also okay. Right? 1 mark for that. Give 1 mark for your marks for the answer. Next one, disadvantages. Write one drawback of contiguous file space allocation. Okay, so extending the file size is difficult. Can't extend. Right? Then another answer may result external fragmentation. External fragmentation කියන්නේ තව group එකක් ඇතුළට දාන්න බැරි වෙනවා. තැන් වල ඉඩ තිබ්බට ඔක්කොම group එකක් විදිහට ඇතුළට දාන්න බෑ. So can result external fragmentation. External fragmentation occur. Then next one, expected final size must be known at the time of creation. අනේ point එක ටිකක් වැදගත්. Expected final size. මේ save කරන්න යන pen එකේ හරි කොහරි save කරන්න යන file එකේ size එක බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන size එක දැනන් ඉන්න ඕන. ඇයි space එක මදි වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Just imagine you are going to do the voice record or video record. So if you don't know the expected file size, then in vain you can't put it there. Ne? So when you are going to use the contiguous file allocation, the file size should be known before creating it. දැනගෙනයි කරන්න ඕන. හරි. Then මේ මගේ එකක් තිබ්බම ඇති answer එක ඔක්කොම ඕනේ නැහැ. එක answer එකයි ඕනේ. Finding space for a new file is difficult. අලුත් ඒවා දාන්න බෑ. අලුත් එකක් හදන්න ස්පේස් එකක් ගන්න බෑ. ඒකයි අරයා කියපු answer එක මම හරි කිව්වේ. Can't edit කියවන. edit කියන්නේ තව එක size එක වැඩි කරනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් තව file එකකට ඉඩක් හොයාගන්න බැරි වෙනවා. Okay? So answer should be one of those. So file can't write, therefore can't increase the size. Capacity is not going to change in CD. In CD, capacity is fixed. We can't change the capacity of the main CD. In the beginning, the capacity is known. So that is the second one answer. Sorry, that is for the third one answer. Third one. So third one asking was, however, the contiguous allocation is feasible to store the set of CD-ROM. Why? So CD-ROM is suitable because we can't edit it. Therefore, we can't increase the size. If it is rewritable even, in the beginning, the capacity is not. හරි මේ red color එකෙන් මම type කරලා තියෙන එක ගන්න එක හොඳයි. File can't rewrite before, therefore it can't increase the capacity, not going to change. And next one, capacity is known in the beginning. Oh, now automatically have it. And the final size of the file to be stored are known. අපි දාන්න යන ඕනේ CD එකේ size එක දැනගෙනයි මේ movie එක save කරන්න හදන්නේ. Without knowing that, we can't save the file. Okay. හරිද තේරුම් නැති කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද? Is this clear? So next one, okay, now we are going to discuss the features of the normal features of the contiguous file allocation. Okay, so it is simple and easy to access. We have already discussed that. And file size is not known at the time of creation. Contiguous file, we don't know the file size at the time of creation. So extending file size is difficult. We can't extend the increase the file size while using it. So actually, I don't know the file size of my PowerPoint presentation at the beginning. Once I complete only, I can think about the size of the file. So like in the beginning, if we are not thinking about the file size, then contiguous file allocation will be issued. Then external fragmentation can happen. That means free, unusable space between allocation, they are unable to store. So if you need, you can copy, but most of the things we were already discussed. Okay. If there are any new point, you can write this from this one. If you want, write. If you don't want, no. Okay, so this should be features of the same thing. Most of them you have written there. Features of contiguous file allocation, because this was in the teacher guide. Right? So only this part was there in the teacher guide. The other part which I have already given was my note. Okay. Okay. Link allocation. That means we are going to save the file blocks as link. If there is a link, there should be a point. Link means keeping some connection between next file. Okay. So think I know the first student. Think I'm the one who is going to start. I know only the first one. First student. Then you know the next one. Okay. Then one by one knows only the file which is next to you. Not the file, actually block. The word file is not good to use here. Okay. So inside each block is link. Inside each block, a link is maintained to point to where the next block of the file is. We know who is the first. First one is the block 1. He's pointing. Block 1 is pointing to the 12. When we move to the block 12, the block 12 is pointing to the block 20 address. Okay. When we move to the block 20, says it's the end of the file. -1 means end of the file. Likewise, the block is saving at here and there. But the first block knows where the second block is. Second block knows where the third block is. Likewise, each and every block is knowing the next block where is sitting. And the last block is indicated with the -1. Last block is pointing to the -1. That is the end of the file. End of the block series. That means end of the file. So no external fragmentation. Why? Blocks are saved here and there. So we'll take the same example which I explained for you the last week about the train ticket bookings. Okay. So if there are free sheets here and there, no issue if we are using the link allocation. Why? First block is knowing the second one. Tangwala sheet wala indagatta ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ඔක්කොම group එකක් විදිහට ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. No need to be like contiguous file allocation. එක train apartment එකේ තැන් වල පොචි පෙට්ටියේ ඉඳගත්තොත් ඉඳ නැත්තම් තැන් වල ඉඳගත්තොත් එයාට අනිත් එක්කනට කෝල් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊළඟ කෙනාත් ඉන්න තැන දන්නවා. ඒතර කෝල් බෑක් කරලා මේ ෆයිල් එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. හැබැයි ඔක්කොමලා දන්නේ නැහැ හැමෝම කොහෙද ඉන්නේ කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි එකෙකුට පේනවා කියන්නේ අනිත් එකනා දන්නවා නම් මැසේජ් එක දී ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඔක්කොම කෝල් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. හරි. එතකොට හැමෝම group එකක් විදිහට සේව් වීම අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. තැන් වල හිටියට සේව් කරගන්න. ඒතකොට ඒ නිසා වෙන එළියෙන් එන එක්කෙනෙකුට එළියෙන් එන group එකකට ඇතුළට දාන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. පැහැදිලිද? So no external fragmentation, easy to grow. File can easily grow. ඉක්මනින් ලොකු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ස්පේස් තැන් වල තියා ඉඳන් ලින්ක් කරගන්න පුළුවන්.